we got a question from Peter, who is a white belt who's winning gold medals at tournaments, and he's doing really well. But he says that the problem he's currently running into is that he's getting jealous when his partners get promoted. He says when his teammates get promoted or get striped, he gets really jealous about it, and he's wondering what he can do to sort of get over this jealousy. He says thanks. So Peter, first off, thanks for the question. And I've never really been that jealous about belts per se, but I have been jealous about other things. And when you sent the question, I instantly sort of thought about like a time where I almost drowned myself because of jealousy. When I was a young kid, about I guess I was probably 5, 6 years old, maybe something like that. Me and my cousin, we would wear those little, those little like the little inflatable, we called them swimmies. I don't know what they call them, but like the little arm things, like so that when you're swimming around, you don't sink if you can't swim, right? To help you train or sort of get used to being in the water. And I remember my cousin one time we were over there having a family get together. He takes off his swimmies and he's able to just swim around, and everybody was gathering around. They're like, oh man, good job, right? Look how good he's doing. He's swimming everywhere. And I remember I got so jealous that he was able to do it and I couldn't. He's getting all this attention because he can swim. So I was like, well shit, I'm gonna swim too. So I took my swimmies off and I jumped in the water. And then all of a sudden, man, I remember that I'm going down and up, and so I could see my aunt in the distance. And all of a sudden, I'm going bloop, 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 bloop. And every time I would look, I would try to do this, scream a little bit, and then bloop, 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 back up and down. And eventually, it was funny because as I was going down and up, she was coming closer, closer, closer until she grabbed me out of the water, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she was super upset, and she's like, "Why did you do that?" I was like, "Because I wanted to swim." So my grandfather, he heard about this and he put me in swimming lessons. And I eventually learned how to swim, and then I didn't have to wear swimmies anymore. I know that seems ridiculous, right? That maybe doesn't seem like the same thing, but it's kind of the same idea. Because typically what's happening in these situations is everybody's focused on this person for a second, and it's kind of like you have this knee-jerk reaction to like, I want to be in there, right? And in jiu-jitsu, I wasn't focused on the belts or the stripes, but I would a lot of times when one of the other guys would go to a tournament, or they would show some technique that they learned or something, anytime that they would have the attention on them, a lot of times in my younger days, I would get kind of jealous about that, right? But instead now, and I think you understand this, that's a ridiculous idea. It's ridiculous to be jealous about someone else's success, right? It's first off, it's not helpful, right? It's not helpful for you to be jealous about it, right? You can, if they're getting better, you may say hey, I want to push it and I want to be as good as them, or I want to be right there with them, right? And be, excited to sort of push yourself forward. That might be a helpful thing. But just being jealous and being angry about it or irritated or whatever kind of feeling you're getting, you understand it's ridiculous. That's why you're asking the question. And I understood that it was ridiculous. I just didn't have a way to get rid of it. And so now, whenever I have those feelings that come in, those angry feelings that are based off of that jealousy sort of thing, I instantly replace them with excitement. And I go up to the person, I congratulate them typically, right? So for instance, when someone, would maybe win a tournament and everyone's focused on them for a moment, because maybe they won the gold medal and I, went and won and out. I didn't win any matches that day. Instead of me being jealous, I would instantly go up to them and say, man, congratulations. Good job. That's so awesome, man. You caught that submission. Share the victory with them. Because I would like to, when I win, I would like to have people to share it with me. And likewise with you, you are getting jealous about them getting striped and promoted, right? You're going to have your day, this, right? And you'd probably like someone to be there to share it with you. So share it with them. So instead of trying to get rid of the jealousy that you're having, just replace it with excitement. And there's little kids out there. That's funny. Can you hear them? I don't know if you can hear them. But so just replace it with the excitement for one of your teammates, one of your friends getting their due, right? Because again, you'll be there too. And I always do this now, even when I'm rolling. If I remember back in the day when people would catch me in submissions, I would get angry about it and I would get frustrated, and I would instantly, my ability to roll went down because I was no longer rolling with a cool, calm, collected head. I was rolling with frustration and anger because they submitted me. Right? And so now anytime I roll and I get caught, I'm like, I have the feeling that comes up and I immediately replace it with, I program my body to immediately say, congratulations, good job, good submission, laugh about it. Man, you caught me really well. That was slick. Because then it changes the dynamic of it completely for yourself, and it may help, right? Again, I can't say definitely, but that's helped me personally. It's helped me change the sort of the way the situation's viewed for me personally, is, again, by just making that a point. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Peter, hope that helps. Talk to you next time.